Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. You're listening to the longest running superhero role playing game on Earth. I'm your host, the Game Master, and in this one, we're talking about G.I. Joe. But before we get into that, smash a like, make sure you're subscribed, and as always, leave us a comment. We have a great community here, and that's thanks to you. So thank you so much for being here. With all that said, let's get into it. All right, so I will start off with Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes, you remember what happened in the last adventure? You guys were at a rally. I want to be careful with what buzzwords I use to describe that rally, so that I don't get in trouble with YouTube, but hopefully everybody knows what I'm talking about there. Check out that adventure if you don't know what I'm talking about. But at any rate, you were at this place where Serpentor was going to give a speech. Roadblock took him out. Um, Cobra Commander was you guys took a couple shots at him in this armor that he was wearing. You could none of your weapons worked against this Cybertronian power armor, and then he knocked everybody out. That's the last thing you remember. Okay, so Snake Eyes, you wake up
Hmm.
and you are in the same room with the other Joes, and they are still knocked out. Um, you are in a room. Think kind of like the Death Star from Star Wars. It's like glossy black metal floors with like those geometric kind of right angle circuit like patterns on them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, the walls are gray. Again, geometric circuit patterns. You know that we always saw on all the '80s cartoons, whether it was the Terror Drome or the Technodome Dome or whatever. Uh, classic like cartoon villain stuff basically. And then the bars that are blocking your way to get out are kind of like from the Terror Dome playset, where it's like a red thing that slides over into your way, and then it has sort of these elongated ovular holes cut in
Hmm.
it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody can imagine what that looks like. Um, You have fluorescent lights overhead that are putting out like a very soft buzz, kind of a quiet fluorescent light buzz. Occasionally they flicker. Um, and you will hear the sounds of boots on this flat, floor, like sort of down the hallway, and some murmurs.
Hmm.
Clank, clank, clank.
Um, but they aren't close by. They're not like right here looking at you or guarding your cell or anything.
Yeah.
Uh, what do you want to do? Do you want to try to,
Well,
force the door? Do you want to, roll to see if you can hear what the Cobra Troopers are talking about? Like, what do you want to do, Snake Eyes?
am I still wearing the
And
police thing?
yeah, they'll let you have your clothing. I noticed. I watched GI Joe the movie right before I ran this because I thought that is like peak GI Joe's, the '87 movie.
Hmm.
Um, and they let everybody have sort of like what the action figure had when you take their accessories away. You know what I mean? So like you
Yeah.
don't have a gun, but you still have a visor, that kind of thing. So yeah, I figure you're wearing like a black. I think you were using police SWAT stuff, right?
Hmm.
So it's like a black ski mask kind of thing and some kind of big glossy black goggles. Um, so yeah, that's it. And you do not have a flak jacket or anything that would give you like damage resistance.
Hmm.
So you have no armor, you have no weapons. If you had like a knife and a boot or something like that, my version of Cobra is with it enough that they would take that away from you. I think in G.I. Joe the movie, they probably drew them with like boot knives strapped to their leg and pick up a bandolier with some grenades on it, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like that was the stock animation thing. We're taking a step towards reality from that, but yeah. So what would you like to do?
What's the lock on it? Is it like electronic or like the old standard like physical key locks?
Um, you would see. I guess if are you pressing your face against the red thing with the long ovular holes cut in it?
I guess I
Trying to
was
look on the outside? Or are you looking on the inside or what?
kind of both, just looking at where like the door opens. I didn't know if it had a just like a normal lock, like a prison cell, or if it was a computer thing.
I would imagine like if you're facing front towards the hallway in your cell, right?
Mm-hmm.
The like this wall is basically like in half, where as you are looking at it, the left half is this red thing I have uh described with the ovular holes in it. The right half will be this sort of grayish silver metal wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the gray one is thicker so that the red one would slide inside of the gray one when the door opens, kind of like Star Trek style.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So, and on your side, you do not see a keypad inside of the cell or anything like that.
I see.
You don't see you don't see like a little keyhole or anything like that in the red piece that moves on your side either.
I guess I'll listen to what the Cobra Troopers are saying.
Okay. Give me a roll. 3d6. Try to roll under your IQ. Tell me by how much you succeed, please.
9. I succeed by 5.
Okay. Um, they're having a conversation about Cobra Commander. They're basically saying, "I can't believe Cobra Commander's back. Um, I heard he got turned into a snake." Stuff like that. Like, how
Mm-hmm.
old is this guy? He must be like in his 70s. What the hell? And then one of the other things you'll overhear him saying is they feel like they'll mention Serpentor and Mindbender, and that apparently they had infiltrated the government, and they feel like Cobra could kind of already won in a way, right? And that this power play by Cobra Commander is like going to make things worse.
Mm-hmm.
So like these guys have no faith in Cobra Commander. That's kind of what they're saying. So let's have that be a scene. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a good place to stop. So going over, we're going to go to Vince now.
Okay.
So Vince, you are Flint.
Yeah.
Um, and so you will um I'll give you Mainframe as an NPC as your computer expert, right?
Oh boy.
Main Mainframe will tell you that he has found the location of these guys, and it's in a old terror dome in the Florida Everglades.
Okay. And where are we located right now?
You can be
Heck.
wherever you want. The campaign rally, that guy Super Trooper
Mm-hmm.
Latimer, he was supposed to be from Dayton, Ohio, when I looked up his GI Joe file card.
Yeah.
So we had said he went to his hometown to give that speech. So that adventure would have been in Dayton, Ohio. If you want to be in some other state, I will just say that's fine, you know.
I would think maybe logically he might be at the pit or something like that.
Um,
Or does the pit not exist in this world?
I haven't mentioned the pit. I'm not against it existing in the future.
Maybe
Um,
it's like, torn down, rusted up, but some things still work. Just old technology.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. If it's all right, because I've also been trying to skew a little more cartoon.
Yeah.
Um, let's say it's instead of the pit. Do you remember the headquarters from the cartoon where it was like out in the desert and had like a huge gun
Oh
on the
yeah,
front?
yeah. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right, right. So I think it would probably be that, right?
Okay.
And I'll say that you guys managed to go there. That and I'm just kind of assuming that G.I. Joe was the best of the best. And so I'm kind of letting characters get away with a little more than maybe I normally would because of that. So let's say you've managed to go to some airport somewhere and you got a ride. You sort of fast talked your way onto a ride on a C-130 or something like that, right?
All right.
And you get out to, and I'll say Jinx is with you, in
Uh,
mainframe. And mainframe will be, the NPC here. So you guys, let's say you get a ride on a military plane where you fast talk them somehow. Like Vince, give me a thing you might say to him to get him to give you a ride somewhere. Like,
Uh,
whatever. I'm going on
yeah.
vacation. Do you guys mind dropping? Okay. Um.
Well, this is a
So
civilian vehicle we're going on, not a military vehicle.
no, no, I meant it was like a C-130 at an actual military base somewhere that you could just show up and maybe know the military slang or something, and they would just like
Well,
I
being
I have a
a warrant officer, I probably would just command, be like, yeah, I need to, requisition a plane for this mission in Florida. Let's get going. Something like that.
That's cool. Here's the thing that I don't know if this would affect that or not, is you've been in suspended animation for 40 years,
They don't know
right?
that.
So if okay, well yeah, that's I just wanted to address it one way or another. So that's kind of maybe the fast talk part then, is that you're current military or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going
Um
to assume since he's military, he's just going to act like everything's normal and just have the attitude. And hopefully, the underlings will fall in place.
sure. Do you see on your character sheet where you have a skill called fast talk?
I do.
What's that number?
11.
Okay. Um I'm going to go ahead and well, just say it's the straight roll. I won't give it any penalties or anything like that. So just give me an 11 or less.
Got it.
You will succeed.
No, I failed. I got a 12.
Ah,
Yeah, they
that's
don't
really
believe me.
close. That's really close. Um, okay.
what if
Jinx.
she comes in? Yeah, what if she adds what if since she her gathering intelligence and stuff? What if she gathers like ID cards and stuff to get him onto the base so it looks more legit?
Yeah, I'd have a old ID card. She probably can get us a newer one.
Right, right.
Um,
If I got newer cards,
okay, where would you want to get that or whatever? Like, how do you see that working?
okay, I'd go to the mess hall and start talking with lower rank individuals who just kind of are kind of sloppy and don't have any discipline, and be
Okay,
able to get their cards for me and what's the tech guy? Um,
mainframe.
they're different. Thank you. I'd be able to get it for us, and then for a higher ranker officer, I'd have to go up to like the table and try to steal one from one of them while I like walk by and snatch their card.
Okay, so you were actually in the military and I was not. Do they have a photograph on it, like a driver's license?
Um, most of the time, no. Most of the time, they just have your rank, your name. It has your social security number on it. The only ones that have like a picture on it is like deep security stuff where you have to have like a actual picture ID to get in.
Okay. So, follow-up question, if I understand you correctly, maybe I don't, but if I understand you correctly, you're gonna look around the mess hall for guys who you said kind of don't have their act together, right?
Right.
And so do these guys have the level of rank required to commandeer a plane?
No, so I'm looking for underlings. They're the first ones to get. I'll have to actually go to an officer table to take one of them or accidentally bump into an officer. I'm using air quotations as accidentally bump into
Sure, you want to
them.
do like a pickpocket thing, right?
Right, absolutely.
Okay.
Which
So,
as a ninja, you should be able to do that.
yeah, no, I'm not opposed to it. I'm just kind of figuring out what we have to roll and, stuff like that. So, give me like when you're going to the guys who are sloppy or whatever, the underlings, right? Um, would you see that as like more charisma based? Like where
Absolutely.
you're
Uh,
using your appearance to your advantage and things like that?
Definitely.
Okay,
That's one of
so
her actually her things is her advantages. She's actually very beautiful. So,
Right. So that'll give you a +2 to a fast talk roll. So what is your fast talk skill?
hold on. Where would that be at?
It should be the skills go down the right-hand side of your sheet. They
Yep,
are in
gotcha.
alphabetical order.
Fast
So
talk is
what's your
11.
fast? Okay, so we're gonna bump that up 2 points for your appearance, right? So that's a 13.
Okay.
So just give me a 13 or less, and
7.
I guess we're going after one guy at a time, right? So
Yep.
you're flirting with this guy, I guess, and you steal his ID without him noticing.
Right.
Because he's sort of paying attention, like, hey, this chick's kind of hot, that kind of thing. Do you want to do it again on this other guy that's here?
Yep. How many people do we have with us? So is it just me, um,
Just three,
Vince, just 3? Yeah. So I need to get at least 2 underlings. So,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
give me another roll. Just
I'll probably need to figure out how to talk to a female too, because Jinx is a female character. So I don't know so much
oh,
about
so you,
flirting with that one, but I'd have to find a way, man. Like this food sucks or something like that.
okay,
Like be like a friendship.
so so you got one underling ID for mainframe then.
Right.
That's male, and it says John Smith or something. So you're
Right.
gonna look for a girl somewhere in the mess hall and just try a normal charisma check
Yep.
to steal her. Okay, so go ahead and do that.
Okay. 5.
So that's the 11 or less. All right, you
Yep.
got that. And then the harder one is probably going to be the guy who has the rank to actually commandeer a plane.
Yep. So I need to have at least a captain or higher.
Okay. And out of curiosity, are you see, I have an idea of something that would complicate this for you, but I don't want to don't want to ruin it. Is there anything specific you're doing when you're choosing this guy, or kind of any captain will do?
No, there. You want somebody that has flight wings on it. So you want somebody who actually has a flight, you know, can actually have a who actually would be on the flight line for some reason. So I'm looking for a specific, like either a captain, colonel, lieutenant colonel, somebody who actually has flight experience, because that's the idea I'll have to get onto the flight line.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me a roll and tell me what you get.
Or
That works. That's like really, really works well, actually. So you get it. You get the third ID.
sweet.
Um, and I rolled on my end. So the guy you picked kind of looks like Flint, even. You know what I mean? Like, so if he's not too close to people checking IDs who would probably know who the higher ranking guys are on the base, you know what I mean?
Right.
You might be able to pass Flint off as this other guy, kind of depending on how you do it.
Awesome.
So yeah, no, everything's going great so far. I'm gonna go back to Vince because I made his round kind of short there.
That's fine.
Um, is there anything else you want to be doing right now, Vince?
No, I'm just waiting for the resolution of him getting the ID badges. That's all.
Sure. Okay.
Well, somebody's going to
Um,
need uniforms, because if you have an ID, you're going to have a uniform
so
match.
so you want to go steal some uniforms too?
Well, I was going to say one of us probably should. Like, if he's going to be a captain, then he definitely needs to be in a captain's uniform.
Yeah, so I have to go find one then. I guess I can't use
I'll
my standard camouflage.
I'll say that you come back um to where Flint and Mainframe were. You got the IDs, and so now Flint can see the kind of uniform he needs. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Um, so where do you want to go looking for uniforms at?
Is there a quartermasters or is that I forget what they call them in the military? Is it quartermaster? I don't remember.
Right. You could also get it at. We also get it at a. Um, uh, it's called Maypops. Like it's basically like a Walmart, but for military members. Like you could go and buy all your uniforms and stuff there. So we could
Interesting.
either steal it or something.
Yeah, I'll
And I
go there
guess
and by it, then yeah.
I guess you guys would be at Wright Pat in Dayton, Ohio, probably, since the speech was being given in Dayton. That's probably the one you're at,
Oh
in
yeah,
case that
probably.
helps. Okay.
Well, that does because they have a huge supply of stuff.
Okay. So I'm just going to kind of skip forward, because I feel like this is sort of the more boring part of the adventure. Uh, we'll just say you guys get the stuff you need. You go out onto the tarmac or whatever to where there's a C-130 ready to go.
I have a question about that though, and it just
Sure.
brought to my attention. Is the person at the store going to be rather suspicious of money from the 80s? Because it did look a lot different.
I don't think so. I mean, at least where I live, I feel like I hardly ever see the new bills with like other color on them and stuff.
Well,
Okay,
and it,
I
I
it
mean,
was
I
just curious.
it would be modern money, right? Because we didn't have money when we were in the tanks.
that's true. That's true. It wouldn't be 80s money. That's a good point. It would be
that
um
and most of them are going to be teenagers and don't care. Like
stuff.
they're just going to be
That's
clerk.
true too. That's true too. I think that where you guys have been getting your money is kind of like punching out Cobra Troopers and taking their wallets, honestly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's kind of how it's been going so far. So that's true.
Hey
Yeah,
Chris,
it's not an issue.
I got a question for you real quick.
Sure.
Um, when we were playing the X-Men and stuff, you said doubles and stuff counted. Do doubles count or anything in this one? Or
No, this is a totally different system.
okay.
I feel like GURPS is better for non-super stuff. Like when I ran Ninja Turtles, we did it in GURPS and that worked like really, really well.
I was
But
just asking.
no, it's in this critical success is 111 or 112. Critical failure is 666 or 665. But yeah, that's it.
Hmm.
Is so does somebody want to talk to the guy flying the C-130 or something like that, or
Well, if I have
how
a
do you
full
guys want to handle it?
uniform now, I might as well just go do it.
Okay. So are you getting up close to this guy where he can see your face?
Uh, I'll be. I mean, I'll do normal talking distance because it'd be suspicious if I'm like really far back talking to him.
Okay.
Unless you
Um,
want me to do like intimidate and then walk into his face.
well, I didn't know. I mean, I don't want to do it like for you. I just didn't know if you wanted like, hey, mainframe, go tell that guy, whatever, Colonel so and so needs a ride to Florida. You know what I mean? Or if you wanted to go right up to him and go, hey, I'm, Captain Johnson, and
Let's see how the
and
NPC does. Sure, send him up there.
you want the NPC to do it?
Yeah, that sounds
All
better
right.
for a captain.
Okay, so he'll go up and talk to the guy, and we'll say there's a lot of noise out here on the runway. He gets 122, pretty good roll. So he'll talk to the guy, and the guy will nod, and mainframe will turn around and wave to you guys. So then the ramp is down in the back. You guys can just go get in the back of the C-130, and you know what I mean.
Yep.
So it works. Um, and I'm kind of speed running this part of it, maybe more than I normally would because I'm trying to get you guys into the fight in the Everglades. But okay, so the plane will take you to a military base in Florida, and I'm gonna cut back to Snake Eyes, because he's been sitting here this whole time. So Snake Eyes, what do you want to be doing? You want to try to escape?
Is there like a ventilation duct in the cell, or not so much?
Yes.
I'd like to try to get in there.
Okay. Um, it has screws where it's screwed into the ceiling, and then on the immediate other side of the vent is going to be fan blades turning.
Ah,
So, I mean, is there anything you want to try there?
not really. I don't want to use an arm to stop the blades or something. Uh, uh, I don't know. I guess I'll try to give like a strength check to see if I can just force the door to open.
The
I
red
think,
door
yeah,
in the front of the cell, you mean?
I think you mentioned it's an
Sure.
old Terradrome anyway.
Yeah, I was trying to drop some hints earlier with the fluorescent lights kind of flickering and stuff. Like,
Mhm.
this is not a current, well-kept facility. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and give me a roll.
3 2s.
That's a pretty good roll. Um, I'm gonna say like it wiggles a little, but it's not quite opening. And give me another roll. Roll 3d6 and tell me what you get.
I just lost one. Where'd it go? Down here. It's not looking good. 663.
Yeah, that is not as good. So you're like forcing it, it'll kind of clang around and make loud metal sounds.
Hmm.
So two of these Cobra Troopers, and these are the classic blue shirt, black sort of surgical mask over the mouth area, a little blue helmet, you know what I mean? Red Cobra logos on their chests. They'll come down and look at you, and
Can I
the one guy will. Sure, go ahead.
try to like hold my throat and act like I'm choking or something?
Yeah, go ahead.
See if I can convince them that
Well,
the
go
door
ahead.
thing was me trying to get their attention.
I forget. Did I give you a skill called Gesture?
Gesture.
Gesture?
Oh, gesture with a G?
G. Yeah,
G.
I might have
No.
forgotten to give it to you. I should have. So that is a mental easy. So that's just IQ -1.
IQ minus, so
Which so
13.
yeah, go ahead and give me a roll. Get a 13 or less.
1 2 3.
All right. So I'm gonna roll for these guys then, kind of like a contest of IQs. 661. This guy's like, oh my god, he's choking. So he'll like open the door and come into your cell, you know. Um the other guy, let me roll, see how smart this guy is. Uh the other guy will have a laser rifle pointed at you, um, seeing what you do. So that is their turn. What do you want to do on your next turn?
Can I shove the guy closer to me into the guy with the rifle?
You said you want to shove him?
Yeah.
Sure. Um, just give me a roll. That'd be karate. This is a quick thing too. Generally speaking, karate and GURPS, and I know this is not real world accurate, but karate and GURPS is pretty much interactions on your feet. Judo is like when you're on the ground rolling around.
Hmm.
So since you're standing, this would be a roll under your karate skill and it will succeed.
All right. And there's letters instead of numbers for karate.
Right. What does it say? Is it physical average?
Yeah, PH.
PA? Yeah. Oh, PH is physical hard. So that's Dex -2 then.
Dex -2, 18. All right.
How much did you succeed by?
1 2 3.
Well, it
That's
doesn't really matter.
6. 12.
Yeah, you're fine. So he rolls a dodge, he fails. So you successfully shove this guy into the other guy.
Hmm.
Um, so they're away from the door. You can kind of do an attack and you can move. It is equal to under basic speed. It'll say whatever your move is. For Snake Eyes, it's probably a 10.
Yeah.
So for each level of move you have, that's a meter you can move on a turn.
Oh, wow. That's quite a bit.
It is, especially when you consider a round is 1 second long in
Man.
GURPS,
I
as opposed to the 4 seconds of DC Heroes. Yeah,
might have Usain Bolt beaten.
you might. So are you wanting to sprint down the hallway, get to where these guys are? Like, what do you want to do exactly?
Yeah, you say I can do an attack?
Well, you just did.
Okay.
Shoving would be the quote unquote attack. But you can also move.
Trying to think, what do I want to go? I guess I'll run behind them or whatever, so they have to get up and turn around.
Okay. All right, so you move around behind him. I guess the guy with the gun is going to turn and try to shoot you.
And does he have any problems with having been hit with the other guy? Does he have to like
Yeah,
get
I'm
him off
giving
of
him a
him, or? All right.
I was giving him a penalty to his roll to kind of like first of all, I didn't imagine it as them so much falling down and being prone as just like the one guy knocked back into the other guy, and you know what I mean? Like they just moved backwards but we're still standing.
Ah,
Is kind of how I imagined that.
all right.
Um
That's on me. Yeah, I thought they were laying down.
yeah, sorry for that's on me for not being more specific. But at any rate, it doesn't really matter because he went to the Stormtrooper School of Marksmanship, so he fires into the hallway. Um, it misses. Um, okay, so what do you want to do then on your turn, Snake Eyes? Because the other guy had kind of slung his gun over his shoulder, you know. So I guess on
Yeah.
his turn, he's just taking the gun off of his shoulder and readying it. So it's your turn again. What do you want to do?
Trying to think. Do they have like pistols on their hips or anything?
Uh, roll evens or odd and tell me what you get.
Odds.
No, no, these guys all they have is um kind of a utility belt kind of thing that's very minimal, hardly anything in it at all, you know.
I guess I'll.
Also, these guys are not really supposed to go out in the field and do anything, you know what I mean? These guys are
Mhm.
kind of they're not even guarding you. They're just kind
Yeah.
of like around. This is like Dwight, the Xerox repair guy. He's a Xerox Viper,
Yeah.
and this is his friend Michael, who is, you know, whatever, a water cooler Viper.
Xerox Viper.
Um,
That's great.
so uh so yeah, they're not too armed to the teeth. They just have kind of the standard Sunbow gray rifle thing that shoots blue lasers.
I guess I'll give the Xerox Viper a kick. Try to knock him out.
Sure. Give me a roll to hit.
Man, just making copies today.
11 plus that. 14.
Okay. So that succeeds. I give him a dodge. He fails. Go ahead and roll your damage. He has a whopping 10 hit points.
So that's a kick is 2d6 plus 1. 3 and a 5 is 8. Plus 1 is 9.
Okay. He's having an incredibly bad day. So like he gets kicked by Snake Eyes, right? Um, and he will go down.
First the
He's
Pearl
from
Jams
losing.
and then this.
I'm actually going to give him a roll here. That is not a good roll either. This is the worst pain he has ever felt in his life, losing 9/10 of his hit points in a single shot. So
I
he's
bet.
just, for right now, he's just gonna lay here. He's awake, but like, no, I'm good. I live here now. So he's kind of doubled over on the floor. The other guy is going to try to shoot you with his gun.
Hmm.
Dang it. That'll succeed unless you can dodge.
All right. Where did I leave that?
Your
Dodge
dodge
is
should be
16.
16. Yeah, the only way Snake Eyes does not dodge the way I made your character sheet is on a critical failure. Anything else is your Snake Eyes.
I succeed by 5.
Okay. So yeah, you just kind of dance around this guy. So it's the classic Sunbow noise, the thup thup, you know, a
Hmm.
couple blue lasers hit the wall and the wall will smoke a little. So now it's your turn again.
I'll
You want to
give
hit
it-
this guy?
Yeah, I'll give him a kick too.
Okay.
Come on.
Go ahead and roll and tell me what you get.
11.
So you succeed. He fails. Go ahead and do your damage.
2d6 plus 1. Come on. 11, 12.
Okay. So this guy's knocked out. Are you taking the gun?
Yeah.
Okay, it does 2d6 damage.
Oh, kicking is better. Okay.
That is how it goes sometimes. Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut back to the Joes. So Flint, Jinx, and Mainframe. I'll say you guys got your hands on a pretty standard green army Jeep kind of a thing. And you drive to where this place is. And so it's by the time you get there, it'll be night.
Hmm.
And from a distance, you will see Cobra trouble bubbles in the air flying around with searchlights pointed at the ground. So the Terror Dome is on a sort of a small island in the middle of the swamp. And around the island is a chain link fence. There is one road that leads to the chain link fence. On either side of the road is swamp. The metal gate over the road on the entryway looks like a sculpture of a cobra with its mouth open, right? This is made out of rusty red metal that looks like it hasn't been painted since the 80s, probably. There will be 2 Cobra troopers, which are blue guys with black surgical mask, that look. Those guys are posted on either side of that entryway point. And then the trouble bubbles will fly up and down this road occasionally, shining a searchlight. And it's kind of like a dirt road kind of a thing. You will also see the occasional alligator on the dirt road. So what do the Joes do at this point?
Is there a certain pattern that they're taking that we can kind of get accustomed to by watching them for a few minutes?
Give me an IQ roll to see if Flint can figure out how these guys are doing it.
Flint got a 10 and his IQ is 14.
That's great. Yeah, you will actually notice a pattern when there is going to be a little less activity.
All right, this will be our in. We have to, make sure to sneak in basically when they're not
Sure.
near us.
Okay.
How about the
Give me
guys at
another
the...
IQ.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, never mind. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's the change of the guard situation for the gate? They have to change every once in a while.
That makes sense. Do you want to stay here long enough to see a shift change?
I just
Yep,
get an
absolutely.
idea. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess you'll see that happen at midnight.
And we arrived
There'll be
when?
let's say 9 p.m. or something. You waited for 3 hours.
All right, so he knows probably at least a 4 or 5 hour shift or something.
Okay. Do you want to do something when the shift change happens, or do you want to wait another 4 hours, or what do you want to do?
No, I just wanted to see when they change shifts so we can, if we sneak in, have to take them out. There'll be some time before they even notice that they're on the ground
Yeah.
or
Okay.
missing.
I see. I
That's
understand.
all.
Okay.
Now you said there's
Well,
only
so
one path in and out.
yeah, it's a
What's
dirt
on the
road.
other
It
side of
has
the path?
you mean like where you guys are at, or what?
So the dirt road going in. What's beside the dirt road? Is it like swamp on both sides?
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
That's why I mentioned there's an occasional alligator crawling up onto the dirt path. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, it's dark on the dirt path until they come over with the lights, right?
Yeah. And then I guess I should have probably made you guys do an IQ check to see the alligators, but I gave you that one for free because I'm rusty at running
That's fair.
GURPS. It's not more traditional tights and capes, punch, punch, punch type stuff, you know. So yeah, I guess the alligators will, especially if they're wet, you'll see kind of the shine of the dark alligator on the sort of sandy path.
Do the guards at the gate move a little bit, or are they just constantly just stay in one spot?
No, they'll kind of fidget around and stuff.
I mean,
Um,
is there like a little guardhouse that they go into every once in a while, or
yeah, yeah, it's
okay,
kind of like the gate. I don't know if ornate is the right word for it, but the fact that it is designed to look like the head of a cobra, right? Like behind the cobra's hood on the right hand side will be like a little guard hut thing, but it's kind of like it's very small. It would be comparable to like you remember those old photo booth
yeah,
things like in a parking lot where it's
yeah,
maybe like a 4 foot wide, 8 foot deep kind of
yeah,
a thing, you know.
the
Yeah,
Kodak
that's all the
booths,
more
yeah,
it is.
okay.
Yeah.
How far
Well,
away are we
so
from the gate?
oh, let's say like a football field. Let's say it's
Okay.
100 yards of road.
Mm. I say when one of the guys goes into that little office area, whatever, we sneak up on the one guy that's just standing out there and take advantage of that, take him out.
Okay. Um,
If everyone else agrees with that, of course.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I was thinking either that or use like some of the brush and stuff and make camouflage so we can kind of army crawl our way up there and not really be seen. Make ourselves kind of look like a vegetation or something.
We could do that, yeah.
okay. It's up to, I mean, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, let's go for more camouflage sneak up.
Stealth.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I remembered to give you guys the camouflage skill. Do you guys have that on your sheet? I might have left that off.
No, I got stealth.
I do not have camouflage. No.
All right. I got the book in my hands here. I'm flipping through to, I guess
My
that'd be
stealth is
combat
13 now.
skills. That ain't bad. Let's see here. Here we go. Well, it's not under that. Let's try maybe spy skills. I wish they didn't sort things by what kind of skill it is. Like, I really just want all the skills in alphabetical order myself. I'm flipping here. Thief, spy. Here it is. Camouflage is mental easy. So that would just be IQ -1.
Okay.
So, and you guys are welcome, by the way, if you have something to scratch paper or something like that, feel free to write down, you know, camouflage at that level somewhere. Um, but yeah, go ahead and give me a roll at IQ -1 and we'll see how well camouflaged you are.
You
I've
said
got
-1.
6, 3, and 1. And my IQ was 14.
So you do
I-
good.
I beat it by 6, so IQ's
You
13 with, and I rolled a 7.
you also do good. Um, so mainframe rolls a critical failure. I'm not sure what that looks like. I don't know if mainframe just like tucks a leaf behind his ear and is like done or what. But he rolls a critical failure. Um, so maybe you guys will look at whatever it is he came up with and be like, no.
Yeah,
I'll be like, you want me to hang out back here and like I can just like hack their security system and
Yeah.
like stuff like that. Try to maybe guide you guys, tell you which way to go or something like that.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
and
So
use
sounds
that
good.
twig to hide behind.
He will. He
Jinx
will sit in
grabs
a
some
bush
mud,
with
puts
his.
what's on his face. Like, there you go, buddy.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna
So
start our sneak up then.
okay. And let's see. Do you guys have animal handling?
I do, yes.
Okay. What are your levels at?
I got a 10.
Same thing.
Okay. It's not great. So, the alligators are hostile and hungry. So,
No.
unfortunately, I'm going to give you a -4 to your rolls. So that means you need to give
Ooh.
me a 6 or less so that what you're doing is like alligators don't want to eat you.
Oh god.
Ah, 2, 2, 2.
So whatever Jinx is doing, the alligators like Jinx.
Well, I
What
rolled a
about you, Flint?
16, so
16. All right.
They
So
really
You are
like you.
tasty.
yeah, they think Flint is just straight up alligator chow. All right. So while you guys are crawling, maybe it's like Jinx is being like more ninja-like and quiet, since that's kind of her specialty. And Flint, whatever he's doing is
Flint,
making a little more noise. So, um,
Flint stops and takes
uh,
out a piece of beef jerky. He's eating it. Oh, am I supposed to not do that?
one of the alligators, then on his turn, he is going to pop out of the water suddenly and bite down on your ankle, Flint. So I'm going to roll to hit. It's a really bad roll.
Good.
662. It's a 14. So I'm actually going to say he misses.
All right.
He
Bad
snaps
alligator.
at you, and just at the last second, you had brought your knee up or whatever to crawl a little forwards, and he snaps it where you just were.
My
So
turn.
now it's your turn. Yeah. So
I'm
you
gonna
do have a hungry alligator right next to your foot.
I'm gonna thrust my heel down on his snout, which usually works with alligators when you smack them in
Right.
the snout to make them run away.
Right.
So what do I
Go
do
ahead and
for
give me a
that?
roll for that.
Is that under
Just to hit.
karate? Oh,
Yeah, well, judo technique. I mean, they're at the same level.
yeah, I'll do
It
judo
should be
then.
the
Okay.
same skill for both.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's
nice.
so dumb. I feel like they should just have a skill called martial arts or something, but they don't. So
One
yeah,
one
just
three.
oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
So you make contact really, really well, and you're one shy of a critical success.
I know.
On a critical success, he's not allowed to dodge. He is allowed to dodge based on this. It doesn't matter. He fails. So you hit him. Go ahead and give me your kick damage.
I don't have kick damage.
Okay.
It should be right up there straight in dexterity, I think.
Thrust and swing.
I have thrust,
Like right.
swing, yeah, but I don't have kick.
Okay. Kick is the same as swing,
Okay.
so it's fine. Just roll whatever your swing damage is.
13. 2 6s. Plus 1.
Okay. He does not like that at all. You'll kick him in the nose with, kind of that GI Joe level of dealing with things, and so you'll bloody an alligator's nose, and he will, on his turn, go back into the swamp. Like, nah, I'll wait on
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah, exactly.
Well
Um.
done. Well done.
All right. Uh. Uh. What would even be the roll? Roll. Both of you roll 3d6 and tell me what you get.
Okay.
And I guess it's what is
2,
your
3,
dexterity?
6.
What you rolled 3 6s?
No, 2, 3, 6.
Oh, I misheard you. Okay.
So 11. And my
Okay.
dexterity
What?
is 16.
Okay. So you succeed by 5. What about you, Vince?
I got a 9, dexterity is 16.
Awesome. Okay. So, um, you guys both get up to where this guy is. Um, give me, I guess it'd be stealth. Roll versus your stealth skill. Let me know by how much you succeed.
That's 5. I succeeded by 5.
Okay.
I succeed by 4.
All right. This guy, you are right on this guy, and he has no idea you're there. Like he's pulled his mask down, he's trying to light a cigarette. And I'm gonna say that's some sort of moisture issue with this process is keeping him from lighting it. So he is totally focused on the cigarette, and he has no idea you guys are within striking distance. So
I
what do
guess
you
we-
want to do?
Sweet.
Yeah,
I
do you want to
would-
attack him, Vince?
Yeah, attack him and knock him out. Try to,
All right. So how are you attacking this guy?
I guess get up and kick him in the face. You know how Joes do it. They
Sure.
just kind of punch him. I have no.
Sure. No, it's up to you. It's whatever
Yeah,
you want to do.
I
So
think Flint would get up and just try to punch him first.
okay. Punch is thrust damage. So you can get up as an automatic action. Well, I'm using DC terminology, but you know what I mean. You can get up,
Yeah.
that's fine. And then go ahead and roll under your karate skill to punch this guy.
So that's 7, 8, and karate is 12. I passed by 4.
Okay. I'm going to see if he can dodge with a penalty. He cannot. So he's happy that for a second he has his cigarette lit just in time for fist to like the fist is illuminated by the light of the lighter, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You crack this guy, good one. Roll damage.
That's thrust damage or swing damage?
Yes. Yeah, thrust.
Okay.
Swing is more for stuff where you have some leverage. And there's probably somebody that's going to listen to this and they're going to say kicks are thrust damage. Technically, kicks are thrust damage. Somehow we missed that ages ago. And we've been doing swing for so long, it's just a house rule now. So we treat kicks as swing, but yeah.
That's fine. 5.
Okay. So this guy loses half of his hit points. He will fall over. He's just kind of in the doorway thing here, you know. Jinx,
Cool.
it's your turn. Do you want to try to knock this guy
I'm
out or
gonna-
something?
I'm gonna come down with a axe kick on the back of his head. Ninja
Okay.
style.
All right, give me a roll.
All right. So this is my karate.
Yes.
Okay, 2, 2, 1,
Nice.
and my karate is 14 or 13.
All right. So you for sure succeed. He does not dodge. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 12 points.
Okay. He is definitely knocked out.
Yeah.
Or by the way, just to be clear, are we doing knockout damage, killing, combat? What are we doing?
I was doing knockout.
That's what I think I think most Joes try not to kill, right? Like we just try to knock them out, save them for later, throw them in jail. We only have to.
I think it's unclear. I was watching the
Cartoon-wise, yeah.
cartoon, and I get the vibe that they knocked people out because of sort of like censorship in an 80s cartoon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
There are moments where I feel like they will shoot a guy in a hang glider and not hang around to wait to see if he was also wearing a parachute. Like
Well, that's fair. So
I suspect
kill-
Joe's probably kill. I think they probably say this is rules of war and they kill, but you know, it's whatever you guys want to do is fine with me.
I mean, if
in
you're
that
doing
case, then
comic book,
In the comic book, they for sure kill.
yeah.
And I
well,
know
in
that
that case,
we're
then I
doing
was able to kill.
so you do want it to be killing combat?
Yep.
Okay. So he's not dead, he's just in the negatives. He'll have like a crack in his skull, you know, that kind of thing. So he will lay here and slowly sink further into the negatives or be eaten by alligators.
Yeah, that
But
works.
you know, that I just wanted to check. I just wanted to see where you guys are at with that.
Well, like with the cartoon, I don't think they kill, but with everything else, I definitely agree that they probably do. I mean, it's military. That's kind of one of the things we do.
So as you guys get to the guardhouse, the guard is on an actual phone, like a corded telephone with a pigtail, right? Uh, and he's like, "What the hell are you talking about? Why would the Xerox guy be out here? I don't know where he's at." But he's got his back turned to you guys talking to some other Cobra dude on the phone.
I'm gonna wait until he's done with his phone call by holding my pistol up as soon as he's done, and then
Right?
freeze.
So like he hangs up and there's a pistol against his head, that kind of thing.
Yep, freeze.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Absolute fail. 665.
Okay.
Oh no.
Um
What is like Flint
so
fart by accident? Oh shit.
yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah,
Um
must have been the burrito.
I don't know. I guess this guy hangs up the phone and
He
you
sees a
go to put the
reflection.
gun to his head and you fumble it somehow.
He sees my reflection in the glass.
Okay, sure. That's cool. We'll go with that. So I guess since that's the case, I'm gonna let this guy get a surprise attack on you.
Okay.
He'll actually succeed. He's gonna do that thing where like as he leans over to put the phone back on the wall, he's gonna kind of like bend his upper body down and like mule kick you
Ooh.
with one leg. You know what I mean? So he succeeds. He'll hit you. Can you give me a dodge?
Sure. So 10 out of 15. Yeah, I dodge.
Okay. All right. So then it's your turn again.
I'm just gonna shoot him.
Sure. Give me a roll.
Guns. Do we have guns? No. Right? Guns. Yes, guns. There it is. 7, 9. Guns. Oh yeah, 9 out of 14 I hit.
Okay. He will try to dodge. He fails. Go ahead and do your damage.
Pistol, there it is. 8 points of damage.
Okay. He's pretty unhappy. Jinx, do you want to do anything? You want to finish this guy off? He's got 2 hit points left.
Yep. He was gonna say, "Yep." She rolls her eyes and goes, "Can't you get anything done right?" And goes and stabs him in the throat with her knife.
Okay, give me a roll to hit.
3,
That's
4,
the knife
6.
skill.
Yeah.
Okay. So that should be a success, right?
Hold on. I'm trying to find knife. That's all the way down here. Okay. Oh yeah, 14.
Okay. So he fails his roll. So yeah, you take this guy out.
Cool.
So something I noticed is all the Cobra troopers have been bugged. So when Flint shoots the gun close to a Cobra trooper, elsewhere in the Terrordrome is a Televiper. And these are the guys with like a visor and then like words scroll
Yeah.
sideways across the visor, but like reversed
Yeah,
so that it
backwards.
seems normal to them, you know? And so it'll do that. It'll say intruder, you know? So this guy's going to sound alarmed. And so then spotlights on the outside of the Terrordrome are going to come on and be looking for you guys, you know, stuff like that. And 4 Crimson Guardsmen that are the guys in red that are kind of like the elite guys. 4 of those guys will leave their post at the main front entrance and run towards the gatehouse. So,
Yep. Time to change outfit again.
Snake Eyes, as you are, I guess, picking up the other laser rifle from the other guy you knocked out, I'm going to say this is now all happening simultaneously here. Red lights will come on in the complex as well as klaxons, you know, as these red alerts go off.
Do we have time to change as they're running towards us? I mean, no, probably.
Oh wait a
Oh,
minute.
you
What
want to
happened
change
to
into
our?
Cobra uniforms?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to our tech guy trying to jam their radar and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I figure that happened faster than he can kind of do much.
He's got 80s technology, so.
That's true. He's kind of like, what's the internet? In fairness, I guess they have 80s technology too. he's he's like trying to download a copy of like Windows 87. He's like, I don't understand.
What's Windows XP?
Yeah, like nothing is compatible. He can't get them to like talk to each other. He's like, what do you mean my mobile Commodore 64 can't interface with this internet thing?
Hmm.
So,
Um,
are the Joes played by the players that aren't here today? Are they like NPCs or whatever then?
yeah, I'm running them as being knocked out. So it's like Scarlet, Duke, and Roadblock are knocked out and they're in the cell.
I was thinking about maybe resuscitating them or whatever.
I mean, I can run them.
And I guess it's up to you. Should I leave them in a prison cell for so you don't
No,
have to
probably
worry
don't
about them?
leave them in a prison cell. No.
Yeah. All right, I'll wake them up. Is that
It's,
a roll?
yeah.
Mine is Robin cart.
Well, no, not, I mean, oh, what would you even call that? Actually, I don't think you can. I think they just kind of wake up when they wake up, you know? I don't
Oh,
think there is a role for that.
all right.
Smelling salts if you had it.
But find a laundry cart, shove them in the laundry cart, start pushing them out.
Must be really asleep if the klaxons aren't waking them up.
True.
Uh, you said there's 3 of them. It's Duke, Roadblock, and Scarlet.
Yeah. And you for sure cannot throw a roadblock over your shoulder.
Yeah. Uh, how am I gonna do it? How big's the hallway here?
It's pretty big. It'd be like 20 feet wide.
I wonder if they have some sort of vehicle I can find and load them on, like a Stinger or something.
You want to take a look around?
Yeah. If the guys I knocked out, if they have cards or anything for opening doors, I'll take them. And maybe I can
So
throw them in an empty prison cell.
not too far away from where your thing is at is actually a sort of a garage kind of a thing with those four-wheelers. It's like a
Hmm.
navy blue four-wheeler with like, red like a red leather seat and
Hmm.
red around the handlebars, stuff like that. There's one of these and they have like cages and stuff on them. Like a thing on the back that normally you'd put luggage on it or something.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking that's not great for fitting 3 people, though.
No. Um Trying to think what else they would have. They don't have a whole lot. Well, let's
They
say
might.
that's your turn. I know that's frustrating, but let's say that's your turn. Let's get back to the Joes. So are you guys trying to change into Cobra uniforms as these guys are running over to you?
Well, look, before we do, how far away are they? Like, I want to know how much time we have, so
Um,
we can kind of estimate how much time.
yeah, you probably don't have the time. I'm
Better
thinking it's
idea.
like 50 yards, you know.
Better idea. Prop the guy up in the chair and rig the door with a grenade so when they open the door, it blows up. And we'll hide.
Okay.
What do
Okay.
you
I
think
like
about
it.
that?
Like it.
Yeah, okay. Mhm.
Okay, so I guess just give me, man, I don't even know what skill that would be. Well, traps. I'd be traps. So
Yeah,
did I give you guys that skill?
I have traps 11.
There you go.
Uh,
So give me an 11 or less.
What about you, Jinx?
I have traps as 11 too.
All right, so neither one. It doesn't matter. I got let's see. Oh, 6 total out of 11.
Okay, that's great. So you
I got.
guys are able to you're able to throw together a trap real quick, and then I assume you leave the booth and are hiding behind it or something like that,
Yeah, we're gonna hide as best as we can somewhere without getting hurt by the grenade blast.
right? You want to take cover
Also
on
got
like the opposite side to the Cobra's hood.
Yeah, sure.
Like the hood is kind of, big metal red hood thing right there around the gate.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
We
guys
still have
run
our
around on the.
What?
Sorry, you broke up there. What?
we still have our camouflage on, right? For when we went up from the path, we didn't take that off.
No.
Yeah.
So if we lay down by the path, we can, they're going to walk right by us, not thinking anything, because they're looking for intruders, not lumps of log and mud.
I mean, it's up to you guys. Whatever you want.
Yeah, that sounds. We'll just hide in plain sight in quotes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So give me roll versus your stealth skills, and I'll give you a bonus for your camouflage. So tell me by how much you succeed, and I will adjust
What's the bonus?
accordingly.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
say +4. So whatever
Alright.
your stealth skill is, add 4 to it. Roll under that new number.
Thank you for the +4 because that made me succeed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
So
13, which was a 13 on myself, plus a +4. So yeah, we succeed.
awesome. Okay, so you guys, take cover. You pretend to be bushes or whatever, and these guys pull this door open, and boom, grenade goes off. Who wants to roll? Well, I'll tell you what. Both of you guys roll a d6 because it's 2d6 for grenade damage.
Sounds good. I got a 3.
2.
Sadly, the grenade only does 5 points of damage.
What?
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's kind of everybody here takes it though. It's area effect at least.
Maybe there's
Yeah,
some.
they had. I looked up. There's a book called GURPS High Tech, and that's kind of like Vietnam era year.
Yeah.
They listed 5 grenades in there. 4 of the 5 did 2d6 damage, and then one of them did 5d6 damage. So I had just kind of decided ahead of time to give you guys a sporting chance of surviving. I
Yeah.
would go with the 2d6 in case someone used one on you.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
Okay, so these guys all take 5 points of damage. I'm gonna say they lose a turn. Where
How
their
much?
ears are ringing. What's that?
How many of them are there?
4.
4.
There are 4 guys. These are wearing the red
The Crimson
red
Guards.
uniforms. They've got kind of a weird metal mask. It's
They're all
almost like kind of an Optimus Prime faceplate kind of a thing.
they're all
Covers
named
the
Fred.
entire face. No.
Aw.
I know, I'm sorry. And then they got like a big silver Cobra logo on the chest. And I want to say black gloves and boots. I don't have a picture of one handy, but
Yeah,
at
it's
any rate,
fine.
so you want to attack these guys, finish them off, or what do you guys want to do?
Absolutely.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Did I pick up a gun by any chance?
I can let you have the laser rifle thing that the dude had in the photo booth. That's a
Okay, because
2d6 laser rifle.
okay.
Would I have
Um
my shotgun on me? Because it's
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean it's Vince is higher in initiative there. Do you want to shoot one of these guys or
I'm gonna use my shotgun. Yeah,
all right, roll to
All right,
hit,
I'll use one of the
please.
laser guns.
or
Okay.
my shot laser gun, whatever it.
No, we're saying it's an actual shotgun.
Let's see. I got a 9 out of where's my guns again? 9 out of 14.
Okay. Fails to dodge. So go ahead and do your damage.
2, 4, 6, 9, 10 points of damage.
Okay. So this guy's still going. He actually has 15 hit points. Yeah, sorry. All right. So then Brad, it's your turn.
All right, so Jinx rolled 4, 1, 3, so 8 out of 14 with her guns.
All right. That hits. This
And you
guy
said it was 2.
Barely fails to dodge. Yeah, it's 2d6 damage for the normal Crubber laser rifle.
All right. That's 12.
All right. He's hurting. Oh wait, I forgot. You know what? Both those guys are taken out because I forgot about the grenade damage. Okay, so that's
Yay.
2 down. That's 2 down. So the last 2 guys, I said they lose a turn, so this will be that turn. So now we're back around to Vince.
Well, we're gonna shoot him again.
Right?
Okay.
If it worked once, it'll work before.
I rolled 1, 2, 3, so I hit.
You hit. I'll see if I can dodge. Barely misses his dodge. Fails by 1. So go ahead and roll your damage.
16 points of damage.
Oh, dead. All right. Brad, it's your turn.
I rolled a 6-1-2, so that's 9 points of damage out of 14.
Okay.
And
Um,
let's see how much.
well, that's yeah, that's your skill. Oh, critical failure. So, yeah, whatever it is this guy does is just he like stumbles into your blast kind of thing. Go ahead
Well, I
and
rolled
roll
8 points
to.
of damage.
Okay, so he's still going, but he lost about half of his hit points there, and he's got the grenade damage, but he's still standing. Okay, so it's his turn. He is going to try to shoot you with a machine gun. Critical success, 112. So you actually don't
Ooh.
get a dodge. Let me. I usually just double damage for a critical success. That's just me kind of being a lazy GM. Let me actually look here. There's a critical success table. If I can find it. Oh shoot, where's it at? Right around where it normally is. All right, Brad, go ahead and roll 3d6 and tell me what you get.
Let's see here. I got 2, 4, 6 to 12.
Well, need glasses as number 8 above. Oh, so we need a hit location. Roll again for me for which part of the body he hit.
Just turning it to roll
Okay.
master now.
I don't know. I've never played Rollmaster.
Oh, okay.
2, 3,
What'd you
1.
roll?
2, 3, 1.
Okay, so a 6 is arm. Okay, so he shoots you in the arm, and for right now, you've lost the function in that arm.
Okay.
So I'll say that's your left arm.
Sounds good.
That'll be your offhand. Okay. Um.
I do have a
All
high
right.
pain threshold, so that's great.
Okay. So yeah, like low pain threat or not low pain threshold, but just um the absence of high pain threshold was like some of these guys where they did not lose all their hit points, and I still had them writhing around on the floor, and they had quit fighting.
Yeah.
Like when Snake Eyes was kicking guys and he had like 1 hit point left. That is kind of like failing a pain threshold roll. So you're good. You're still, kind of John McClaning this situation.
Nice.
Okay, so we got 1 guy here left. What do you want to do? Well, I guess it's
Shoot.
back to Vince, right? So
I'll just shoot him again.
right.
Yep,
Go ahead
kill
and give me a roll.
11 out of 14 hit.
Okay. I'll see if he dodges. He does not. So go ahead and do damage.
5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
Okay. So you take this guy out.
Nice.
Yo, Joe.
Yo,
Nice.
yo.
That's what they would do.
That's cool though. I dig it. I'm like nostalgic for that sort of thing. I like that. All right. So now you've got these guys knocked out. There will be sort of you'll hear you'll hear a faint sound, like kind of a mumbling sound.
From where?
I guess give me an IQ roll to figure out what the sound is.
IQ.
12.
I got an 8 out of 14.
Okay. So you can tell they have sort of headphones built into their helmets.
Yep.
And so you were hearing through the earpiece in the helmet, the Televipers are like, asking them to report in.
Oh shit! I'm
Like,
gonna grab a helmet
what's
and be like, all clear.
Yep.
Threat
great?
taken care of.
Give me a fast talk skill there, Han Solo.
Just say, oh, it was just alligators.
Sweet. 9 out of 11. Woo!
Nice.
That gunshot you heard, the gunshot to the checkpoint guard was an alligator.
Yeah. All clear.
The alligator shot him. Okay.
Alligators. That's all it was.
It was a very dangerous alligator.
The Televiper will say, "We heard gunshots."
That was him shooting. I mean, they don't know, right?
All right. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I mean, did you roll the fast talk thing?
I did. Yeah.
How much? I'm sorry. How much did you succeed by?
I got a 9 out of 11.
Oh, cool. So by 2, I roll. This guy's a moron. He's like, okay, that's fine. They'll turn off the red alert. What do you guys want to do now?
Definitely want to take their headgear. Actually, we might want to just dress in their clothes to fool everybody else.
Yeah, Crimson Guards would be pretty high up in the chain to walk around freely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes, let's find some
Uh,
uniforms that fit. Change in.
Okay.
Throw the bodies
So
into the swamp so the alligators have something to eat.
Definitely.
Actually, get rid of all the bodies. Make it look like they abandoned their post.
So you just
I like
throw
it.
all these cover dudes in the swamp.
Yeah, why not?
That's
Yep.
fine.
Absolutely.
And I was trying to say that the alligators here are extra hungry, so they will make very short work of whatever you kick into the swamp.
Oh, and I'll leave a note that says I quit.
Um, I'm really rusty at GURPS. I apologize. I run DC Heroes all the time. So
I like
I'm
it.
struggling. We're using so many skills in this adventure that literally no one's used in one of my adventures for like 20 years or something. I think that would still probably be fast talk, even though it's nonverbal, because I think it's all about tricking another person into doing a thing.
How about sleight of hand?
No, that's more like, oh, I pulled a quarter out of your ear. You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
like a very physical thing. It's not really
Oh,
like
I got
how you
writing.
Yeah, that's like creative writing. I gave Flint that because he's a Rhodes Scholar with like a degree in English.
Yeah.
I never knew that. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I thought it was cool. I reached out to Flint Dilly. I told him
Yeah, I
what we were
saw
doing
that.
in the game. He
Yeah.
loved it. And
Yeah.
he created Marissa Fairborn, who is Flint and Lady J's daughter. So we're gonna get
Aw.
into some Marissa Fairborn stuff. We just haven't gotten that far yet.
All right, so fast talk.
But yeah, I think just a normal roll under your fast talk skill, and that's like a convincing note.
No, I got a 12.
So you failed.
Yes.
All right. Um. Okay, so you write the note, and
All it
they
says is I
just are.
quit. That's it. And they prop it up to make it look like they abandoned their post. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna believe it or not.
That's
We're
not
I don't know.
convincing. The guard couldn't write.
Yeah.
And this isn't in crayon. Hold
No,
on
like
a minute here.
Flint actually writes
So-
accidentally. No, I know. It goes, I quit, and he puts it on the bottom real small. Yo, Joe.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what it is. Yo, Joe.
I don't want to take the comedy that far, but
Oh,
for
okay,
some
fine.
Jinx,
Come
why don't you give me
on.
why don't you give me a fast talk roll and see if you can come up with a better note?
223.
That's pretty good. So I don't know. Like Flint writes it in cursive or something, and they're like, nobody these days writes in cursive.
He
Or what,
puts
and Jinx writes it, prints it out and whatever. I don't know. We'll gloss over that part.
I quit.
Um,
Sincerely, Flint. Damn.
Jinx is gonna say there's too many alligators and she's afraid for her life, so she quits.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. But prop it up
Okay.
so if they show up, they'll see. Oh no, they quit.
Okay. Okay. So you guys enter the building, I assume.
Yes,
Yes.
that's Crimson Guards.
Right. Yeah. That makes this a very different sort of a thing.
I know.
All right. So you enter the building, and part of it is we said we wanted to be done by 4 o'clock anyway, and it's coming up on 4 o'clock now. So Mainframe is going to figure out finally how to talk to you guys through your helmets. And so he's going to like if you're familiar with Batman Beyond,
Yeah.
how Bruce Wayne, old man Bruce Wayne, is back in the Batcave kind of telling Terry McGinnis what to do, and Terry's in the suit. That's kind of what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
So Mainframe is going to tell you how to get down to the detention level. It's like sub-level 4. And you get there and you'll find Snake Eyes. So you guys are all finally in the same room. And you see Snake Eyes trying to like stack multiple bodies on a 4-wheeler.
Do I need to roll an IQ check?
Actually, I was gonna say, Snake Eyes, you see 2 Crimson Guardsmen walk in.
All right, so that's an
Well, I
IQ
Would
think
you
check.
just like
as
attack
soon as
him,
we
or
saw him, we would probably pull our mask off and show him.
I know.
okay?
I
That's
guess
fine.
what's the initiative order?
Yeah, I guess initiative order will
Um,
come into place here.
let's roll again.
All right,
D6 plus basic speed, and we'll see if Snake Eyes
12.
just punches somebody.
15.
10.
Okay. So Flint is fastest, and Flint takes his mask off.
Yeah,
So
that
you
would-
look up
yeah.
from stacking bodies, and you are apparently really into stacking bodies.
Snake Eyes,
Um,
what are you doing?
Roadblock took a while to drag.
Yeah,
That's true.
too much barbecue.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Jinx is definitely gonna go over and poke Scarlet in the face, like, "Hey, wake up!"
I don't
Wake
have
up, wake up,
anything,
wake up.
do I, to communicate?
Use sign
Well,
language, I guess.
You would have, yeah. I think I did give you the sign language skill, right?
I just didn't know if they
Mhm.
had the ability to like understand sign language.
I have sign language.
Well, yeah, most
I
of
think I
most of
gave.
Joe's work with Snake Eyes, so
I was thinking that, and then honestly, I was trying to leave a little room for like the end of the episode Joe PSA of like, hey kids, do you got a new kid at your school that's deaf? Don't be assholes.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow, that's a
and
big
knowing is
PSA.
half the battle.
Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll.
I was just like, I gave you guys all carpentry
Yeah.
so
Uh-huh.
that you could like build houses for the homeless or whatever. Because like I noticed that in like a lot of episodes.
I mean, they repaired
Is
an
something will
orphanage.
happen. Yeah, like they built an orphanage in like a day. And then if I remember correctly, Shipwreck burns it down and tells the orphans to like get over it.
Yeah.
Something bizarre.
Yeah,
Well,
something like that.
We're watching it, we're like, what the hell?
Told a story about how he was awesome and how all the girls in jail like him.
To a bunch of orphans, and then it's just like, sorry, I burnt your house down. Well, I'm late for the whorehouse, kids. Yeah.
Come on,
All
Molly.
right. So, yeah. Okay. So,
Do they have like
I
water
guess
moccasins or something since it's a swamp?
yes.
Because I thought maybe those would be bigger. And I was
They
getting.
also have They also have fire bats.
Yeah, but aren't fire bats like a single occupant thing or something? Or I guess they're
I've
bigger in
seen
the
them do.
cartoon.
Yeah, in the toy is for sure single, but in the cartoon, I've seen them do 2 people. Because I've
Alright.
seen Serpentor have like a personal pilot that flies him around. So if you guys want
Yeah.
to steal fire bats, you can do whatever you want.
I don't know. It looks like one person.
Well.
Yeah.
I can let you steal one of those Cobra boats. What's it called? It's like the red boat with the gray underbelly.
I think that's the water moccasin.
Yeah, I think it's a
No,
moccasin.
the water moccasin is green. It's like more of a fan boat kind of thing, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Stingray?
I'm thinking it's the Cobra Moray, like
Oh
moray
yeah,
eel,
it's the moray. Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
one.
yeah, the moray. That's what I was thinking of.
that one.
I mean, we could simplify it as red boat, green boat, you know.
Yeah,
But it like the red boats like have a lot of people. Like a
yep, that's the one.
surprising, like I think they can have like a crew of 15 or 20 guys or something on them.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
if
we'll
you
just go
guys
with
want
that.
to steal one of those, you can. It's whatever you want.
Let's
Yeah.
steal one of those.
Okay.
Well,
We
what
could
about guy out in the car? We have to go pick him up, right?
Mainframe. He
I keep
can
forgetting his
he
name.
can tell you that he'll be okay, and he can just meet up with you guys elsewhere.
we might want to
All right.
steal multiple things, like take some fire bats to keep or something.
How we? Yeah.
Whatever you guys want to do.
I know.
Well,
Do any of us have the pilot skill?
You should. I think I gave everybody every vehicle skill.
Yeah.
Because that was another thing. I was watching episodes, and like every single Joe can fly the Sky Striker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like they'll have a certain guy like Ace or Slipstream or whoever, and like his job is pilot, but then like all the other Sky Strikers just have like one of them's got Snake Eyes and Timber in it, and Spirit's flying one, and Barbecue is flying one. You know what I mean?
Maybe everybody that's the best at their job teaches all the other Joes.
That's exactly how I was gonna treat it. Was that you guys are always constantly doing stuff with each other. But I mean,
Can
you
we
let me
find
know what you want to take, and we'll say you take it.
Can we find enough explosives around to make sure that no one follows us? Sabotage all their boats and stuff.
Sure. You want to try to take this place out before you leave?
Yep.
Okay. Um,
Okay.
I'm
Or at
trying to think
least
what's good.
damage as much of their vehicles as we can.
I guess that would be demolitions. They do have fuel things in it because they actually have kind of like a series of gas stations around the ring.
Hmm.
And this place is very understaffed because the idea here is Cobra Commander is kind of trying to like get Cobra up and going again, like the way they used to do things. So like 90% of Cobra's workforce would have like infiltrated like the FBI and CIA and completely unrelated stuff, right? Like Cobra had kind of quit being Cobra years ago, which is sort of what the conversation was about earlier when those guys were in the hallway, like, what is he even doing? Like, we already won, you know? And then that's why this place is kind of rusty with flickering lights and so on and so forth. So there's not going to be a lot of guards here. And it would be very easy with you guys in uniforms to just walk around making some charisma checks, set bombs at all the gas pumps, and then like drive off in a boat.
Might be able to steal
Well,
stuff from their computers too, since we have mainframe here.
Okay. I mean, let me know what you want to do, and we'll just kind of say you do it.
well, on demolition, I rolled a 1-1-2.
That's perfect.
That's
So, I
a critical
mean,
success, right?
what vehicles do you guys want to take? Do you guys each want one? Like one person takes a his tank and whatever, or what?
Hmm.
What problem is
What do you
hiding
want to
these
do?
things? How are we gonna hide these things?
If we take them back to like the Joe HQ, I mean, I guess we'd have to drive across the country in his tank.
I'm thinking of probably a plane or something is probably our best bet. Something that's where we can get out of here pretty quick. Either that or a boat to and get back on the mainland where we can get another car at.
Is there any rattlers here?
No, I don't think it would be this particular thing would be big enough, and there's no airfield around it or anything like that.
Oh,
Um, I
rattlers.
was going the route that the middle of the Terrordrome has kind of a thing on top, like a camera iris,
Mm-hmm.
like a big navy blue camera iris with the Cobra logo on it, and that'll slide open. And I noticed in GI Joe the movie, that thing has 5 Cobra fire bats in it. Um, and then it has 5 trouble bubbles, which are the guys that fly around on patrol. So I was going to have that be it for aerial vehicles, but
We can get some trouble bubbles. That'd be good.
Yeah, let's do that.
oh, okay. Well, those guys are out on patrol.
They don't have
Do you
backups.
roll? Give me evens or odds, and we'll say evens is yes and odds is no.
Evens.
Okay, so yes, they got more here. That I guess they take out different trouble bubbles at different times of day for some reason. So you guys just want to steal 5 or whatever. Well, nah, that's not going to work because then like Scarlet and those guys aren't awake. I was thinking if it's a fire bat, you can just have Scarlet on your lap or something and fly away. You know what I mean? Put her in the back
Works.
seat.
I'll take her on my lap. Sure, thank you.
You're like if you're giving out free hot GI Joe chicks, I will
Yeah,
say
I
no.
mean-
That's fine.
Yeah, if each of us
yeah, I
takes a
guess
fire bat, we could have the other guys.
one person with you. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Is the fire bat the best thing to do? You guys think? Just
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
probably.
land it somewhere on like an airstrip and keep
all
them.
right. Well, we'll take fire.
Or an
bats
open
then.
field or something like that. Yeah.
I assume that we
Okay.
don't have strikers and things since Cobra is in the government.
Well, I mean, I guess I would treat a Sky Striker like a Tomcat
Hmm.
in the real world, you know. And like I don't know if we still use the Tomcat anymore. Have we totally phased that out for the F-22 Raptor?
Yeah, we sold the
Ye-
ones we didn't scrap to other countries like Israel.
Yeah. So that's probably what happened to Sky Strikers then in this universe.
Bummer.
You know what I mean? So it's probably GI Joe Raptors or whatever.
Mhm.
Well, okay, so we'll just say then for the epilogue of this adventure that you guys are flying back to the GI Joe headquarters that is the classic cartoon thing. That's like the
Mhm.
wide building with the huge cannon in the front, you know, which
Mhm.
has also been decommissioned for years and years and so on and so forth.
It's got a bunch of
Um,
hangars out back though, so if nothing else, we got those.
and there are for sure airfields there.
Hmm.
So you can definitely land the fire bats there. But what I was going to say is just kind of the epilogue because this is something I was doing in the game was as you guys are flying away, there will be voices come over the radios. And this is kind of for all of Cobra, right? And so what you hear is um there was this chick who was running for president. And this is her name is I gotta think Laura Kent. Um and so what nobody knew was this is the daughter of Superman, right? And so Cobra tried to take her out at a place where she was given a speech. So when they hit her in the chest with a rocket launcher or whatever, you know, she's fine. And it'll expose the S symbol and stuff like that. So Cobra is freaking out. Like this chick is going to fly around all the Cobra bases and deal with these guys and so on and so forth.
Hmm.
So that's kind of the epilogue because this ties it into other games I'm running on the channel, you know.
Mhm.
But you get the idea. Is this is some of the stuff that's happening elsewhere in the game world. But that's it for this one. Did anybody have anything they wanted to add? Like when we land at GI Joe headquarters, is there anything you guys want to be doing?
Is there a way
I'm
to
just
find?
curious.
Is there a way to find the mobile command center? Because I don't
I'll
want
let you guys.
Cobra. I don't want Cobra to show up to the big base and we can't do anything about it.
That's what I was going to ask
Right.
about the big base. Is it like, do they have guards there? Did we took them out, or I mean, because I would
I'm
think
They
Cobra-
said it was decommissioned, so there's probably no one there.
That's
Well,
what I was going to say. Yeah,
Well,
is
reason
that
why I'm
I've
asking that is in that one episode, World's End, when they decommissioned the Joe headquarters in the cartoon, they still had like a couple guards there.
did they?
Yeah, they did, and it was being monitored by the Vipers too.
Oh,
I mean, it sort of depends. If they thought all the Joes were in suspended animation or whatever, they might not have cared.
That's why I'm asking. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what. Evens or odds? Evens is there's a couple guards here. Odds is there's not. We'll just do it that way.
odds this time.
Okay, so you said you rolled odds.
Yeah, let's do odds.
Okay, do you want me to roll? Do you want you guys?
Oh, I thought you were rolling. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, I rolled a 5, so no,
Okay.
there's no guards here. Um, yeah, I was actually going to go the route because I watch weird stuff on YouTube, and I've seen some videos about places, yeah, where they just shut them down and like nobody lives there,
Mm-hmm.
or if there is anybody, it's like someone who's homeless that's just trying to get shelter, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like you probably wouldn't have a lot of that in the desert
No.
because there's like no food sources out, you know what I mean? Like this would be a horrible place to go.
I'm
So
reminded.
I'm just go ahead.
I'm reminded of some of the stuff where, like, after the Soviet Union dissolved, we found like space shuttles and hangars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of thinking along those lines too. I saw one because it was people had claimed it was like it had something to do with UFO research in the 80s or I don't know. But I watched the video and it was completely abandoned. It was just like um kind of looked like those videos of Chernobyl, how there's just like nothing there. It's just weeds and graffiti and like that's it, you know.
Hmm.
But it was some kind of army bases that were like a big deal in the 50s and they were like nothing now. So I was going to kind of go that route. Now, mind you guys, you can fix it up, or you can go looking for the big tan thing. I always call it the Jawa Sandcrawler.
Hmm.
I think it is called the GI Joe Mobile Command Center, I think.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
yeah, you guys can try to figure out where that is these days. You know, something like that. That'd be fine.
That'd be a
that'd be
nice
cool.
mission. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want them
Yeah.
to just send Transformers to our like base because
Right.
I'm certain they know where it's at.
Sure. Okay. Well, we'll leave it there. And then that'll give me some time to think about what I want to do next with the Joe stuff. Well, that's it for us for today. We had a good time playing this one. We hope that you guys had a good time hearing about it. If so, as always, smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and leave a comment. And from everybody here at the longest running superhero role playing game on Earth, we hope you have a good one, and we'll see you in the next adventure. Yo, Joe.